Hello all, and welcome to We Are Live.
We're live. Chris Demon, Travis Farrell. That's right. Did you want to hang out on the camera for a little longer?
No, I don't like hanging.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is April 17th, 2019.
Time check is 8 a.m. Central Standard Time.
It is. It's 8 a.m. That makes me happy. 314-669-1431 if you want to text us. Remain anonymous. Be part of the fun if you want. You may also comment in the Facebook live
How may
stream.
they comment, Chris?
Any way they please.
Wait, what? Are they going to be anonymous? Can we say their whole
Nope.
name and address and where they
Say
work?
anything we want. They're putting it out there on Facebook.
Nice.
Today's show will do Make It Racist in the first segment, Dogs on Film in the second segment, with Dr. Edmund Yako.
Dr. Ed.
Hillside Animal Hospital's own. We'll get some veterinary tips if you need them, and we'll play the game that the famous Sean from the bar.
Is it Sean from the bar? I feel like we should have more of a formal name for Sean. He's not just a guy at a bar. He's kind of like family. You know who's also like family, Chris? One delightful brother from another mother. Mr. Chris Gartner, hello.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Woo! You wearing that purple,
And
boy.
cheery,
You
yeah.
wearing that purple, boy.
He just turned on the cheer. He's been stomping around the studio this morning. Things are breaking, going wrong.
Yeah, a lot of things got fucked up the past couple of days.
Well, there it is.
In summation, frustration has overwhelmed our studio.
Oh,
Just Gardner.
some cigarettes.
Which is the studio.
We're at a boiling point.
He's the curator.
We're at a boiling
Let's see,
point.
let's see.
It's
Can
about to blow.
Let's see. Can we get you to simmer? We're gonna try to get you to
I'm already
simmer.
simmering. I'm about to blow.
If he forgets this one thing one more time, he's gonna kill somebody.
All right.
Little behind the scenes for you people.
Can I make the argument? Can I make this argument?
I'm not
Wow.
blaming. He's running on fumes.
I understand. Like,
So that happens.
maybe you
Still his fault.
Wait.
Still
Okay.
his fault.
Good morning, Walnut.
No, there we go.
That's good.
Oh,
That was good.
That'd be the white
Didn't have to
power
that
signal.
stupid drawn out. Oh, what's he gonna do it? I don't know.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, that's the one.
Do it, Travis. Do it.
Yeah.
Should have
Oh,
drawn
boy.
out some.
The fact is that, yes, there is some frustration. I think, though, that maybe, and I'm not attacking his sobriety, but maybe
you need to lay off the
maybe the
sobriety
6
thing.
years, maybe a teaspoon.
No,
maybe just
that's not.
maybe
this
just
is-
a little.
I had a sniff yesterday. That was fine.
That was fine.
I had multiple sniffs.
You did.
Yeah, if you missed the show yesterday, Stacey Static was in, and Travis Treviewed Johnny Walker, White Walker, at 9 in the morning.
Winter is here.
Black Sheep was keeping an eye out on Travis's Twitter feed at 3 p.m. He did some math. How'd it go the rest of the day? Well, you were productive the rest of the day, huh?
I was. I actually stayed
Maybe
late.
you need to drink scotch at 9 a.m. all the time.
Sweet Jesus, man.
What's in your coffee cup?
It is
Yeah.
coffee.
Okay. And you left a little scotch sitting in that coffee cup after the show, just sitting on the table while I'm in here by myself.
What is wrong with
So
you?
I took that.
Why?
Took that cup, stomped into the other room.
Oh boy.
He's a
And
stomper.
said-
He's a stomper.
Travis, don't waste this.
Man, he said it calmly, and
That's
very
good.
civilly,
Don't
and
waste
very
this.
professionally.
It's like, trust me, don't.
You're gonna get this. Use it,
Okay.
but don't waste it.
Okay.
We've got a melee today. We've also got fair or foul. Wanted to
Sound like my principal. Just thought about that.
just what?
It's like, don't waste
It's
it.
actually worse. He should be like a psychiatrist to you because we need to get to the root of why you want him to fail.
I don't
What's
want
going on
Gardner
there?
to fail.
You're setting
I
him
want-
up for it.
Here's your problem, Chris.
Is it because how we've talked about how we treat American celebrity as of late, or what we want to see?
No, I think for me,
Do you need to fall again?
I think everyone
To respect me
deserves-
more?
No, I think everyone deserves
Travis
to
is
be
thinking
happy.
like a screenwriter full time now. He's thinking about
Yeah,
the third
let me see
movie.
what the F you've been writing lately.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there like a Chris Gardner in there?
Yeah. Cute little Charlie got released yesterday, and next is old drunk, former recovered Chris.
What's going on here?
I just want everyone to be happy. Everyone deserves it at some point in their life.
You don't want everyone to be happy. Who wants that?
Everyone to be happy. I don't like. I'm not saying
I'm not
you need
happy.
to.
I spend a lot of time with you two, and
Yeah.
it's
I'm not
conducive
saying
to
that. Look,
happiness.
you deserve some happiness in your life. You don't believe people deserve some happiness in their life?
Which people?
Like just I'm
Not
talking
all people.
Well, I'm not saying people who have done bad. I'm saying like people who live their life every day, who you know, who we all know, who try their damnedest to do the best for their family and themselves. And sometimes it gets tough. And you
In them
wish,
streets?
It is very tough in them streets. And all you want to do is wish them the most happiness. That's all I'm saying. I just want you to be happy. That's what I'm about, man. I'm about happiness. Look at Chris. I
This
complimented.
seems like a thoughts and prayers.
No, this is not. Because what did I do yesterday? What did I do yesterday? Unsolicited.
You begrudgingly noticed 3 months of torture I've put myself through.
I said, Chris, you look good. I said, you're losing weight. I see it. And Chris put up his defenses immediately. Shut up.
Did you go,
dead
oh, you
on.
got some comment about my belt loop?
I didn't even comment on the belt loop.
Were you going to?
No, I was not. I said, Chris, I don't know who did your haircut. It looks very nice.
It does look good.
Chris works very hard. He deserves a compliment from time to time.
You know, he's curious about it.
There's no...
Some urban Reddit forum. He's
No,
over there
not at
talking. He's
all.
like, I told the cracker his hair looked good.
Not at all.
Is there black Reddit?
I'm gonna say cracker to black people more. I like making you guys uncomfortable. I did that with you and Stacy in here yesterday, and you guys were
Stacey
both like,
and I was
I mean, you don't have to.
Hey, look,
And I was like,
man,
I don't know.
we ain't
Hey,
saying
it's
all
funny.
that.
Is that
man.
your word too?
That was like,
Is there a black Reddit?
Not yet.
give it time.
They'll
Give
take
time.
it over just like tennis and golf.
This is what it was all about. And I'm surprised you were able to make that statement out using your maneuver voice.
You know, I'm just gonna start calling things how it is. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna.
Oh, you're gonna
I'm
be-
gonna be. You know how you guys love, doing your thing and like in front of like what you would be like, oh, some middle class white bread white dude that's like buttoned up that probably loves missionary and wears briefs, right?
Yeah,
that's
okay.
who you. That's who you make fun
Sure.
of. Every black comic's white
And
guy
there's
voice.
nothing wrong with missionary.
It's efficient.
What?
It taught the natives.
Oh, no, that's not what they used.
That's why it's called missionary, because you went and the priests were like, no, not like this, like this. That's why. Do you know
That's
that?
what the Jesuits were
Do you
doing.
know that?
when
They're like, hey, I've never done this before, but here's how God wants you to do it.
All views expressed by Chris Gardner and Chris Stedman are explicitly of theirs.
Why did they call them missionaries?
and
Yeah,
not associated with Travis
a
Terrell or
thing.
Travis Terrell or Travis Gregory in any other name.
Hello, accept the Lord Jesus Christ and my peace.
All views do not represent each host on the show, nor are they an honest representation of the
This
views
is
of
this is the
Midcoast
least
Media.
crude thing we've ever said. We're just talking history here.
Oh, no, y'all wildin'.
I saw somebody tweet yesterday about the Notre Dame Cathedral
Oh,
burning.
boy.
All right.
It was like the gold cross behind the altar was in the picture of all the trash.
I think I know where this is going.
And
I hate you, Gardner.
they were like, it's a gold cross behind you. And they were like, oh, this thing survived and all this. And I'm paraphrasing the tweet, but tell me how you don't believe in God with this happening. And then someone responds with, because the melting point of gold is 1,064 degrees Celsius and wood fire burns at around 600 degrees Celsius. Well, there's your God-fearing people, Travis.
Damn it.
There's your thoughts and prayers.
There goes
Well, there's a simple scientific explanation. For
You just wanted chaos this morning, didn't you? That's all you wanted. You just wanted chaos. You just you didn't care.
No.
You were just gonna set it on fire anyway.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I'm mad.
I'm just doing something nice for my amazing
At eight-
friends
at 8
and
a.m.
coworkers. I call you friends and coworkers. I invited you guys out
Which one
24
comes
hours
first?
before the party that was for
birthday
me.
party?
Yeah.
the birthday party.
So I invited you out on
I don't
Friday.
know, man. Like, I could have, maybe let me know, like, a few days before. It's like, you're invited. I mean, you didn't tell me about it. Well, I'm
you
telling you
asked
now.
Chris about the
On the
place
show.
and the building and
Before
booking
you
it,
invited
and
me.
you didn't even tell me what
Hey,
it's
bro.
for
Hey,
first.
bro. What can you hook up for me? I made 5 calls for him before I was invited.
Chris is a busy person. I know he doesn't like to leave the house often. He said he was saving money, didn't want to get out and go too crazy. He's watching the diet. So I didn't want to intrude on his new lifestyle.
Yeah, let me get those numbers of the people, the places that'll hook me
You
up.
do seem chipper this morning, though.
I'm
pleasant.
I feel like I've always been pleasant. I think there's this narrative like I like to go off and, I have discrepancies with a certain group of Americans, and I do not. I love all of God's creatures. You guys are absolutely amazing. Can you go to, actually I have a happy camera 3 rant.
I got a camera 1 rant if you got right after him, too.
Okay.
I am all about seeing the best out of the world. That's right. Right now, if you go to buyjack/Charlie, CHARLIE, you can support an amazing campaign. There's a project that I've been working on with the amazing folks at the Sesame Street Children's Workshop. And I am excited to announce this project. I announced it yesterday on Facebook. Chris, I don't know if you saw.
I did. I shared it, and I actually told you, hey, dummy, make your post shareable.
The Facebook. It is fascinating. What an amazing place it is.
You know how you don't share any of our own live streams?
Oh, yeah?
You need to share other,
But I'll be completely honest with you. There she is. That's my lovely baby. That is Detective Charlie. And behind her is the old time machine. So as part of the fellowship for the application process, you have to create an original script as a part of the interview and the entire interview process, basically, that I had to go through in order to interview with Sesame Street. And so I developed this series about a young orphan girl lost in the future, trying to figure out her way home, and she suddenly inherits an old time machine. But the time machine possesses the power to save the future. So
pretty awesome.
So in celebration of this fine new television show, because I think it's important, we talk about it on our show a lot, about representation.
So this got you
through the door.
The actual door.
This
you
got me
said,
through the
here's
door.
my idea for whether it's a TV show or a segment on Sesame Street. Here's what I can do, and here's the premise.
Yes.
This is just a philosophical question.
Go for it.
And by the way, the character looks wonderful.
Thank you.
You know why it
amazing-
looks
Yeah, I
wonderful?
love-
Hey, Chris, you got the baddest ass graphic artist number in the world. I'm not going to invite you to my party, but can you put me in touch with a guy who's the best at cartoons in St. Louis?
You see this bad boy above us? That sweet ass We Are
Are
Live
Live,
logo,
baby.
designed by the great Adam Birtles, who also designed the amazing Detective Charlie.
That's so wild. That's
Amazing.
not easy, people.
So, by the way, if you haven't gone to Adam Birtles' website, adambirtles.com, or if you like those really sweet donkeys, because it is the NBA playoffs, go to getdunking.com.
I had a question. If someone is stuck in the future, when does that become their present?
Ooh, that's pretty heavy. I don't know if that's too heavy for 6 and 7 year olds.
Well, we better teach them.
I think it's okay for them to ask those type of questions. The idea,
If a 6 or 7 year old asked you that question, how would you respond?
I would go.
Pretend you got the
Okay.
puppets all around you and a group of kids. You're on the set there of Sesame Street, and that question gets asked. What are you going to say?
Time is a flat circle. That's Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar.
So you'll just say that over and over?
A true detective. I'll just do that in a really bad Matthew McConaughey impersonation.
Okay.
Listen, there's a problem.
Time is a flat circle. Is that a good McConaughey? I feel like I got.
No.
What I need to be more
And listen,
hippie.
and if you're gonna
Time is a
do
flat
it, show
circle.
some respect to the writing work of that. It's Russ Cole.
Russ
that
Cole.
Ain't, that ain't McConaughey.
Oh, okay,
Russ
my bad.
Cole.
Russ Cole. Time is a flat circle. I don't know why I have to have my hand out.
Yeah, that's
I
weird.
feel like that's what he did in True Detective. Time is.
He
a
was
fla-
just very perfectly kind of crunching those beer cans up and pulling them apart and putting things together. Very, very top level acting.
It was very elite. Fact of the matter is, it was inspired by my amazing, beautiful, brilliant younger sisters who all have either studied or have careers in science, technology, engineering, or math, STEM. And
What is your career in?
my career isn't in any of those things.
Okay.
So in order to, I wanted to show like the next generation of kids when they turn on cartoons or their favorite animated series that they're able to actually see not only people who look like them, but they can understand the history of black and brown faces that have contributed in major ways throughout society through using science, technology, engineering, and math. Also, a lot of STEM
And time travel.
Well, time travel finds its way
Did you
in
say
there.
time?
Yes.
This is a world where nothing is solved. Someone once told me, time is a flat circle.
Is that the exact quote?
Everything we've ever done or will do, we're going to do over and over and over again.
That's what I would say to a 7-year-old.
That little boy and that little girl, they're going to be in that room again and again and again, forever.
That's exactly what I would say to a class of second graders.
So now,
Yeah.
so what does it all mean then?
That's a great
Is
question.
it worth anything?
To realize
Does
that
it
all your
matter?
life, you know, all your love, all your hate, all your memory, all your
Wow,
pain,
he's got the whole thing.
it was all the same thing. It was all the same dream.
It doesn't matter.
That's powerful.
Nothing
Dream that
matters.
you had inside a locked room, a dream about being a person.
Oh, geez.
And like a lot of dreams, there's a monster at the end of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty
And
heavy,
her
bro.
name's Charlie.
What are we gonna do when we find out the aliens originally created us just to be slaves to them, and then they just kind of left us?
Tough pill to swallow.
I think the best episode of South Park where they basically discuss how the world and the way we live was just a giant ongoing series for the entertainment of the rest of the universe.
Yeah, of course it is.
So we're like
That
a
the moon is a
giant
satellite.
reality show. Yeah. So I'm not saying it's far fetched. It's unlikely, but I believe.
Unlikely.
I have a little. I've seen a couple seasons of X Files. I'll believe a little bit.
Black Sheep asked if there's proofreading required at Sesame Street. In your
there's-
announcement on Facebook, you doubled up on a couple things.
Yeah, I had to go back and edit those a few times.
That's okay.
Tom in the comments, time is a flat circle. All right, all right, all right. It's tough. It's easier to do the McConaughey and Dazed and Confused just because it's so.
Yeah.
It's like time is a flat circle.
Time is a flat circle.
I'm trying to
What
think
does
of
that
his
even
best
mean?
role, because the Dazed and Confused one is so like
It's iconic.
it's iconic, but it's a little
Oh, you're not into it.
Contrived.
it's a little over the top.
Yeah, it is
in a
kind
way.
of over the top.
Like he's
Purposely,
He's
yeah.
yeah, and I get that, but he's done better. He has to have had better roles.
His best. I mean, Rust Cole is unbelievable. I know I always champion it, but I probably couldn't put it in his top 7 because it wasn't big enough. Mud was fantastic. That was that was like Rust Cole's cousin, if you're talking like in acting, right? He's kind of a grizzled guy, literally living out in the woods.
Here's
Dallas
what-
Buyers Club obviously got him a lot of critical acclaim. It was fantastic
You know, a
acting.
movie I saw of his in the theater.
Tug
This is
Speedman,
weird.
or no, he wasn't Tug. Was he Tug Speedman or was Tom Cruise in the funny war movie?
The funny war. I don't know what
Ben
movie
Stiller.
that
It
is.
was hilarious.
Oh, Tropic Thunder.
That character he played in that was fantastic and very memorable as well, and just out of control.
You know, and you know what I haven't seen, which is a lot, movies and television.
Yeah.
I saw Failure to Launch in the theaters.
Sorry to hear that. Of all the things you haven't
I
seen,
know, isn't that weird?
But it was a
Yeah.
date, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, that's fine. I get it. I've seen more Gerard Butler films than I really want to admit,
I'm
but
glad
I did
you-
it because.
you're really bearing your soul this morning.
Well, no, I'm saying, and I understand where you're coming from because we don't see movies because we want to. You don't see most of the movies you want to because you want to. It's because the person you're dating or with wants to see that movie, and so you watch that movie. So I would imagine,
Which is how I'm going to end up seeing Pet Cemetery, probably.
but that's why rom-coms were so popular in the '90s
Pet
because.
Cemetery is not a rom.
Okay, well, that's far from a rom-com. That's certainly not it. But that's why
I told her
rom-coms-
I'll see it as long as the little kid doesn't slash open an old man's mouth like they did in the original.
Well, I think they are. It's 2019.
I can't deal
we're
with
in
that.
We're in an industry of gore. That's happening. They all but showed a zombie girl in the trailer.
Question
Yes,
from
they saw it.
Quick question on Charlie.
Okay, go ahead.
question from the audience after your question.
Is there like, you don't have to tell me now, even, but maybe at least give a little hint. Is there a villain?
There is a villain.
Okay.
There is a villain.
Is his name just because? Is
boy.
it a guy?
It is not a guy.
Oh,
It's a sentient being.
Okay. Because you've been, asking questions about me here around here lately. Is this sentient being's name Gris Cardner?
No.
Okay.
Now, are they called the Guard? Sure.
Oh, it's a bunch of, and they're shaped like pawns.
Oh, you're good. That wasn't the case, but man, I'll add that to the second episode.
Now I got a writing credit.
Oh, there we go. Damn it!
You just gave him that.
Ah, shoot, I got to give Chris $7.
Gotta call
What happens
SAG.
when you thought shower things in front of us?
Damn it, I said SAG. That's not.
That's
it
a
would be
screen
WAG.
actor. You want the WAG.
You have the wrong number, sir. No, I think I know what I'm talking
Can you
about.
put me in touch with your most successful agent
Yes.
to all your stars?
Uh-huh.
Put me in touch with your movie star department.
Triangle Assassin. We all know TT will just scream at a group of kids, I will kidnap a white baby.
I don't think I'd do that. I don't think I'd do that at all.
I think you would. I think there's proof of it. I think that you would enjoy it.
But what did you guys grow up on as far as educational cartoon shows, like things
did
like that?
people
Was there a
watch
show for you,
real-
like when you were growing up, there was like,
The Jeffersons.
well, aside from, that taught you a lot about culture.
Yeah.
But was there a show growing up that made learning a little bit fun for you?
See, it's tough because like I actually have like a pretty decent memory from, I think I have memories when I was like 18 months old, 2 years old, like really far back. So Sesame Street, I kind of was over it by like 4.5. Seriously, like I remember going to kindergarten and like
You didn't watch anything on PBS?
not maybe
Rich Boy?
animal shows.
Oh, look at me. We
Animal
got-
shows.
we got
like,
paid
if they did
networks.
if they did some kind of introspective on horses or something, I
What a
thought was
weirdo.
cool.
I don't remember.
No, I don't know. I'm sure
Let
I
me
did.
explain a lot.
I don't remember what was on PBS and what wasn't that I watched.
Yeah, I got
Like,
a
what
little
was
fed up with
Pee-wee's?
things.
Pee Wee Herman.
That's a good question. I don't know. I think that
Nickelodeon was
just-
coming up though.
I think that was just regular. I think it was like ABC network television.
You know
Like,
what
it
I
came on in the
watched?
mornings.
You know what was way more entertaining than, or it was more advanced, I thought? Remember David the Gnome? No? It was
don't
on
know.
Family
Do you-
Channel, I think.
I don't
He
know
had- he
David
had-
the Gnome.
I don't
He
know
was,
David
he was
the
a little
Gnome.
gnome and he rode around a fox named Swift.
Never,
I like
haven't heard of
Swift.
this. What was
Yeah.
I don't even want to know what the premise of the
Like-
story was. That's
It
a.
was probably a knockoff of the Smurfs,
okay.
but it was just like a
I
little
did watch
white
the
gnome.
Smurfs.
I watched the Smurfs.
Smurfs, yeah.
Contact, I know, was on PBS. 3,
Contact.
2, 1.
Oh
Contact.
yes.
I did watch that.
Okay.
I got fed up with that stuff. I remember being 5 or 6 and being like, I can't
Fraggle
watch
Rock wasn't on there. Was Pinwheel? Was Pinwheel on PBS?
love Fraggle.
I loved the Muppet Babies when I was like
Oh, I
young.
love the
young.
Muppet
The Letter
Babies.
People?
The Letter
Come
People
and
and me,
meet the
we're the
Letter
Letter
People.
People.
Come and visit the family. Words are made from letter people. A, B, C, D. Follow me. Today's letter is T.
Yeah.
For tall teeth.
Yeah.
Today's letter is D.
Yeah.
For Diamond Donuts.
Yep. That was my show. I loved it because it was fun seeing what the letter of the day would be.
Yes.
And how far they would go down the wormhole on that particular letter.
The wormhole or rabbit hole.
Either way.
Yeah.
But I
both
wormholes were used very accurately in Interstellar.
oh boy. And that,
Matthew,
of course-
another fine McConaughey feature.
The thing with McConaughey, and I
that
know we're
the
jumping
Murph-
all over the place right
Murph?
now. It is
one-
Murph.
That's
The
my
one-
best McConaughey.
the one I
can't
laugh
really do
at.
it. Yeah. Not
Fakely.
Right. Yeah. And I bring up
It
to
is-
annoy.
It seems like it is good, though.
I think.
Oh no, he does that.
Yeah.
He's talking. You want the premise? He's basically went on this journey. Everyone back home has aged 60 years, and basically his daughter, he doesn't know if he's going to see her again. So he's screaming as he's going through some kind of, I don't know, space-time continuum thing. He shows up to where here. Spoiler alert. His daughter led the exodus of Earth to a new thing and created. She's like the champion of all mankind, and he shows up as she's like 90 and dying, and he's still stuck at like 37. Oh boy, just sold him.
It's
Just
tr-
sold
it's
him.
it's a pretty fun ride.
It is.
It's a pretty fun ride.
Hans Zimmer scored it.
It's beautiful, beautifully scored.
Beautiful music.
Oh,
He does
my
make
God.
amazing music.
The whole movie.
Orchestration is.
Whole
I like
movie.
Matthew McConaughey, but I find Matthew McConaughey the person more interesting than the characters he plays on screen. Like Matthew McConaughey, like lives a life you're just like that's not normal for
What was he
people.
for Texas basketball?
I don't
He
He's
was
like the
cheer.
head
he's
hook
the,
'em
yeah,
man.
he's the basketball ambassador for
All
the
right,
University
people.
of Texas.
Yeah, he's wearing like orange suits.
Did you? Yeah, you
Time
see
to
the
hook 'em.
orange suits,
Burnt
and,
orange suits.
and he. Have you seen him on the sidelines?
He's like,
He's clapping up. He's clapping like a coach. He's encouraging the players.
That's
That's why I'm saying Matthew McConaughey lives a more interesting life than the characters he plays on the screen
because he can.
because he can. And I love that. I love that about a celebrity that says, I'm a celebrity. I'm going to celebrity up my life.
I'm gonna rub it in your face.
Well, it's not necessarily rubbing in your face, but if you're going to be a celebrity, why be not you don't have to be a
Oh!
You-
Whoa!
hold on. Let me finish that
Well,
sentence.
yeah, you were gonna say why be modest?
Why be modest? Why not embrace your celebrity? I'm not saying go out and be a jerk to people, but if you're Matthew McConaughey, you act as well as he does, you look as well as he does, why not embrace that at its fullest zenith?
Oh, wow. We have some suggestions
Then
from
understand the hate. Then that.
Oh,
follows that.
fair. Absolutely. Absolutely.
from the JVL Jackal. That Adam Birtles looks like he's super autistic. I mean, artistic.
I miss
Shot at Travis.
not a
My son is loving Carmen Sandiego on Netflix right
It's
now.
a great
TT.
series.
Maybe check it out to steal your original ideas.
I love that.
Did you steal
series.
Charlie from Carmen Sandiego?
No, I actually named the character
No,
after.
the character's named Sam on there.
I did. I was inspired by Carmen Sandiego because again, it was one of the shows, not this series, but the Carmen Sandiego where you would have to play the game to try to catch Carmen Sandiego. I was obsessed with that growing up. I
Who
absolutely
is the
loved it.
host of that?
Gosh, I forget the actress. She's been in so much. She's just one of those actresses that was in everything in the late 80s, early 90s, and I can't remember her name. I'll look it up during the
Acapella,
break.
was that the group?
Yes. And they would sing, where and I was going around the world from New York, North Carolina.
Did you guys not have Nickelodeon? Like, what's
Yeah,
wrong
we had
with you?
Nickelodeon, but I'm saying
I
before,
didn't use a lot of Nickelodeon.
and then our parents,
You're a little
like, some
old.
of our parents didn't get cable until like we were in high school, Chris. Sorry, we weren't rich boys.
Eureka's Castle. Remember that one?
I did.
Yeah.
But I love Carmen Sandiego. But of course, the Charlie name was inspired, of course, after my favorite book of all time, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And I absolutely loved that. Was the first book for me and the first story and even the movie where I was like, yeah, I love this. Like it really did it for me. So
Nice.
yeah, that's the inspiration behind
So
it.
people can help you by buying merchandise at Buy Jack.
Yeah, we're celebrating this launch because again we're getting set to go to New York, or I'm getting set to go to
bringing
New
me?
York. I'm about to say, hey,
No.
anybody want to tag along?
Don't
Nice.
say we.
Okay.
Because here's what you do.
Oh, boy.
You love brandy.
All right.
You love brandy.
Classic Trev.
You make everyone believe that they're in this journey with you.
Yes.
And then you bring them along, and ultimately you will crush them if you
Ooh.
find success because you will leave them behind.
No, I won't do that. Why would I crush the people who support me? I will love them. I would invite
Why would
them.
you be modest, as you were saying?
No, I would be. I wouldn't be a jerk
Oh,
to
you
my
say that.
friends and
You
my
say that.
supporters. But I will.
No, I want to be on a documentary where I get to go, he changed.
Oh man, damn! Y'all gonna go on a documentary?
Give me that.
Y'all going on a documentary against me?
Oh, and we'll interview the new We Are Live, which is Matt Whitener and Chris Denman. And Matt's like, we were friends. And, I come in here and I thought, man, they were
Street
really
changed him, man.
They were really
Street
kind
changed him.
They were really kind of cold once Trav picked up that series on UPN. And but you know what? Now that I'm here, Trav's changed, man.
If you would like to support the cause, if you'd like to help,
Huge thanks to
not only
Buy Jack.
myself, yes, not only myself, but if you'd like to help, of course, other local creatives here in the city of St. Louis. A portion of the proceeds will go towards those projects. We've had our good friend John Alexander we've worked with in the past. There are so many other people. I even got a very beautiful, nice message yesterday from the amazing Tina D. Ball, who sent me something very nice. I want to be able to give back to those who are here in St. Louis, who are busting their ass like myself to try to put these type of stories in front of the next generation of audience members. So, go and support Buy Jack /Charlie, CHARLIE, and you'll see some T-shirts, some really cool T-shirts that you can purchase. More things will be added over the coming weeks, like mugs and stickers and magnets, cool little things like that. And again, if you want to donate to the cause, there is also a donate button on the page as well. So check out the story. And if you have any questions, feel free to DM me and my Facebook messages.
Quick announcement. Congratulations to Billy Fat Pants. Yesterday, we asked you all to share. We got a bunch of shares on the stream, which made you all eligible to win $100 to Gateway Powder Coating.
GPC, are you with me?
Yeah, that's right. Gateway Powder Coating supplied us with some gift certificates. We're going to be giving away more, but Billy Fat Pants won the $100. You know what he did, Travis?
What did he do, Chris?
He hit share. He got a $100 gift certificate to Gateway Powder Coating for any project he would like to use them for. That's gatewaypowdercoat.com for more information. If you'd like to use them, be sure to say hello to Mark, Skylar, Alex, and the gang out at Gateway Powder Coating. They've supported us for a while now. You need to support them, and who knows, just by hitting a button, you can win $100 towards your next project with them. Real quick.
Speaking of which, want to jump into the fair or foul?
Yeah, what is the fair? No, go ahead. Quick? Let's jump into it. Fair or foul today. I like it. What do we have, Trav?
Fair or foul, the story of how your parents met. Fair or foul.
Could get weird.
I was thinking about this.
Could get nice, fun.
Like, especially with this generation, we're going to be the online dating generation. And so sometimes meeting someone through online dating doesn't sound as romantic as perhaps the way your parents met, which got me to thinking, I don't know if I truly believe. Well, here's how, but I don't think our parents like met under the circumstances in which they share with their children.
They met at the party at the Moon Tower, dude.
Yeah, I don't find that to be true.
Remember whenever Gardner said he laughs like meanly whenever I do the Murph thing? I'm gonna remember that the rest of the show.
Like I think
not meanly. It's just it's a fake on-show laugh.
Oh, for sure. And I
out.
kind of do it to be super obnoxious, if I'm being.
Well, and then I'll just
honest.
keep laughing.
I want you to see the film now, and you're gonna be. We'll do it together.
No.
Sorry, Trav. Back to fair or foul.
Do you guys? First of all, do you believe the stories of how your parents met? Do you believe the story they told you?
Yes.
Not that crazy.
What was it?
They went to high school together and dated.
That's it.
I mean, what do you? I mean,
do you like? Was it like
rural town in Missouri?
Was it like, oh, I saw her down at the Dairy Queen, and I was like, damn, look at that.
Oh well,
ass.
they were roller skating, and then a horse ran by, and this has been the late '70s, early '80s, and then they both said, "Yeah, disco sucks," and then they started getting into prog rock together. And then,
do you believe that? But do you genuinely believe that story?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and they're still together. You're welcome, guys.
Oh damn!
You're
welcome. You're welcome. Oh.
We're celebrating our family. My brother's coming home from California this weekend.
Oh,
so.
nice.
And
My
him
parents-
and his wife, sister-in-law.
They went to the same high school, but didn't know each other through the high school
Really?
because they went to Hazelwood Central.
Oh, was it always a giant high school?
The thing is, when they were going to high school there, is when they were building new schools in the Hazelwood district.
Right.
Because there's so many people there.
Yeah.
That they went in 3 shifts.
Oh,
So
wow.
there was a morning and midday and a night shift
For the
kids
students
going to high school.
Oh hell no!
Yeah. Now they're a year apart, but so
that kind of makes sense.
So you might not mix with, sophomores might not mix with some juniors or something
Careful.
like that. But you add to it that they had different schedules as well. They really didn't know each other through high school. How they met was where they worked, and it's a tale as old as time. They met while working
They
at the
happen to be the
Cross
same
Keys
age.
Kmart.
Oh my! The Cross Keys Kmart.
That's a North County story for the ages. A love story for the ages. The Cross Keys Kmart. Right down the street from where Brandy's was.
Yeah.
Where I first swung a golf club. Where the Cross Keys, remember the carpet slide?
Yeah.
Love that carpet slide. A lot of roots for my family right there.
Oh my!
But they met at the Kmart while working at Kmart at Cross Keys.
Yeah, you're definitely not making that story up.
No.
You're not making that story up. to
Saw
share
my
with
dad
people.
last night. He asked me, you'll enjoy this, Travis. He's like, hey, did you ever make it over to the Bubblehead area yet? I'm like, not quite. Almost, though.
Nice.
So we were at Sioux Passage Park about a month ago. He's like,
Any
oh,
Bubbleheads?
you just go right out of there, about 5 miles away.
Bubbleheads, great urban myth legends.
So
of
my
North County.
dad's really championing me trying to go see the Bubbleheads. But that's how they met.
That's a very
and
lovely
then
story.
my conception.
Wow! Wait, yo!
That's not the
Hey,
topic.
that wasn't the
Mary Kay Motel in North County, no longer
Jesus
around.
Christ.
But it was one of 2 rooms.
I'm glad it
my
was
dad
destroyed.
said.
One of
Oh, wait,
2
I think
rooms.
it's still standing.
Ah.
I've always wanted to go back there and see where it all began.
No, you don't. This is weird. Do you feel good
Wait,
about this?
There's a movie, Inception. Can we do one with me called Conception?
Oh no.
They're probably.
I just stopped myself from throwing another idea out
I'll
there.
ask my dad if they listen to music. My guess would be Neil Diamond. Love on the Rocks.
You're
Ain't
singing.
no surprise.
You're singing this morning.
You can.
What is there like an oxygen leak in the room or
I
something?
don't know.
What's going on? A lot of blood flowing today.
We're all gonna die.
Okay.
Yeah, what the? Hey!
Hey, before you die, make sure you get out and buy a house.
I thought you were gonna.
What?
Before you die, we need some organic growth.
We do. Hit share, people.
What?
We do. We got to up those numbers.
What happened in the last
Tom
90
Bannister.
seconds?
Tom Bannister,
You're talking
realtor
about
for
my
Circa
parents
Properties.
making me.
Oh no, that's just not.
You guys like real estate agents that help you the whole way through
Yes,
the
we
process?
do.
You
Yes,
do.
yes,
Circa
we do.
Properties, Tom Bannister. You can get a hold of Tom at tom.bannister@circastl.com, 314-393-5386. He'll walk you through the whole process. You'll truly enjoy the home buying experience with Tom Bannister, Circa Properties. Thank you for supporting another great sponsor on We Are Live.
Fair or foul, the story
What's
of how
your-
your parents met.
Yeah, get those in. $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill is your prize. We're shooting a video with Buzz Friday. This is me telling you this, Gardner.
Oh, wonderful.
He's gonna feed us. Yeah. Oh. No, I don't. I can't buy Popeyes that day and sit around and play on my phone. I gotta stand there while a really cool guy cooks me food.
This is
This
about
how
me.
we're gonna-
This is about me. How did that happen?
You made a face.
I made a face because I don't know. Wait. How did that come up? Hey, man, that's messed
right.
up. I didn't even do anything. I have been sitting here
right.
quietly for
That's right.
almost 3 minutes. I haven't done anything.
I went and talked to a large group of businesses the other day.
I didn't do anything.
Went and talked to a large group of business the other day, and a guy that I like rolled his eyes because we were talking pricing and stuff in front of all his colleagues. I was like, "Why'd you roll your eyes?" In front of 40 people. And he's like, "Well," and then we talked about it, but it was just funny. I lack boundaries at times, so don't forget that. The poll today.
Troubling.
Yeah,
That's so.
again.
Are you like that at all sales meetings?
No, it was friendly, but it was
Okay.
funny though because he did. I was like, "Let's hear it. Come on, what do you got?" At We Are Live Radio on Twitter. What's the poll question today, Trav?
Today's poll question: which decade was the best era for both movies and music? 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s?
What's
It's
your
very
pick?
easy to fall back on when you say music. A lot of people fall back on the 60s, 70s. But if you say movies, some would say maybe 80s, early 90s. So what era do you think music and movie was at its peak?
I'm gonna go 80s.
the combo.
Like, yeah, if you said you had great music, great movies, Gardner may be on the side. I'm going to go 70s.
I mean, the 80s had Oingo Boingo.
That is also true.
All right, take a hike, mister.
If we're talking music and
We
I mean,
close
can you-
our eyes.
Can you beat the Beatles and the Stones and
were they 60s?
yeah? I
And
mean,
what
the movies
movies
are
did
going to
you
be
have?
lacking. Yeah.
Let's go. That's it. All right, so you got, okay, best movies of the 60s.
Are you typing that into your phone?
I
What
am.
is
Well, I'm
that?
typing it to my the pad of I.
Okay.
So, Gardner, you grew up in the 60s. What?
Born in 1979.
Okay.
Man, damn it.
My dad asked me what I was doing for my 40th birthday this year.
What are you going to do? When is your birthday?
August 6th.
Oh, we got time.
I might take off that day.
Yeah.
Horse hooky is a possibility.
Oh.
I was invited to Horse Hooky this past Tuesday.
Actually, I don't know if it runs that long or not. I
If
don't
it does, we should do a show from there.
We were invited yesterday. I was. I mean, not you guys. But
I was going to ask Jay Randolph Sr. for a hookup.
That'd be
over there,
dope.
maybe.
That'd be dope. Here are your movies from the 60s, though. Psycho, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Goldfinger, Doctor Strange, Mary Poppins, Butch Cassidy, The Great Escape, Dr. No, Pink Panther, Magnificent Seven, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, The Dirty Dozen, Manchurian Candidate, Midnight Cowboy, Rosemary's Baby, The Hustler, True Grit. Oh, shoot.
True Grit.
Damn, we got The Jungle Book, 101 Dalmatians, Bullet, Heat of the Night, MASH, The Longest Day, The Wild Bunch. Wow. Who Shot Liberty Valance? The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. My Fair Lady. Night of the Living Dead. The Odd Couple. Ooh, maybe the 60s could be our winner.
I mean, if you go that, I mean, just the Beatles and the Stones, just you can't. Like, that's the.
Fahrenheit 451, Cape Fear, Lolita, Failsafe.
Cape Fear, I still think of as Robert De Niro.
That's fair.
Do you? I mean, who's your '80s music? Because the movies in the '80s
Boingo,
are gonna. The movies in the '80s, in my opinion, they're gonna crush '60s movies, right?
The music of the 80s?
No, movies.
60s, right now it looks like the 60s movies is crushing 80s movies. But we can do 80s movies.
No, I don't know. That's interesting.
This is
Because then, what if '80s music? You're gonna go Michael Jackson. You're gonna go
80s you have
Van Halen.
Tootsie,
I don't know. What do you do?
Amadeus, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Heathers,
No.
Fatal
You gotta go.
Attraction,
You gotta
Spinal
go big.
Tap,
You gotta go big. Well, Spinal Tap. I'd throw in there.
Poltergeist,
Indiana Jones.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
I'd say Indiana Jones,
the
E.T.
70s is going to get like Godfather. You got to realize at the tail end there.
Ooh,
Very true. Very true.
See, the 70s is going to get something. It might surprise you.
yeah.
I have the 70s.
Music
as
in the
far as
'70s, I thought it was pretty great, right? A lot of post-Vietnam angst and rock.
A lot of protest music.
a lot
Yeah.
of protest
You got to love
music.
that, Travis.
You
I
had
do.
Jimi Hendrix is the '60s, though. Or do
Yeah.
you?
And then there's some that cross over.
Yeah.
I mean, even artists, their style can adjust. Those that
Yeah.
are really good adjust their sound to the times, even.
Oh yeah.
All right, so if you can
So
give me some
it's-
80s music, the 80s may be in play. So the 80s, Chris is right. Yeah, Back to the Future, Breakfast Club, Ghostbusters, E.T., Beverly Hills Cop, Die Hard, Terminator. You had Raiders of the Lost Ark, Top Gun. You had Mad Max, Aliens. Yeah, First Blood, Rambo. Karate Kid, Platoon, Full Metal Jacket. So 80s.
Platoon and Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah,
kinda.
so the 80s may be back in the game. You got, well, I hate Scarface, but people love Scarface.
Yeah, I
Scarface
agree with
I
you,
didn't hear.
Travis, on
I didn't
that.
hear you say Red Dawn.
Red Dawn. Of course. Silly me. You had Temple of Doom also. Big Trouble in Little China.
I loved that movie. That's probably
Escape
a
from New
terrible
York.
movie, but yeah.
Roadhouse. 48 Hours. Bloodsport. Over the Top.
Major League.
Over the Top. Major League. Above the Law.
We haven't even. Did you say Aliens already?
Yep.
That's considered the best probably ever
Yes.
of all time.
Yeah, science
right?
fiction movie or
Jess
science fiction
loves
thriller.
Alien and Alien.
Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark is 1981, by the way.
And how about with that
Nice.
franchise too? Different directors for those two
Yeah.
movies, and they're the same franchise, but the style of them is very different as well, and both very good movies.
Yeah, it is.
Not-
We got Raging Bull. We got Stand By Me. Raging Bull 1980. I had that in the 70s for some reason.
Stand By Me was a staple for me as a kid.
Dirty Dancing. We got Dirty Dancing in the 80s.
You know what I think it was, though?
You haven't even
80s
got
got
to 90s yet.
And then 80s did give us hip hop as well.
Mm-hmm.
So 80s may have an argument.
I think Stand By Me got to me in particular because the train scene, how they're following.
Oh,
the
yeah, that
railroad
freaked
tracks.
me out forever.
When we first moved to O'Fallon, when I was in second grade, we lived on 17 acres of land. In the back of our property, the border was the train tracks.
Right.
So I could wander to the very back of the property and walk the train tracks by myself.
Did your mom
Shut
knew you were
up. Are
walking
you
train
serious?
tracks?
She didn't know.
Oh, okay.
I always had a fear of train tracks after the movie. That and
My fear was getting like my shoe caught in something there. And then,
yes,
like
same,
as a kid,
same,
it was
very
just like,
same.
ah!
I remember seeing the trailer for Stand By Me.
And who are these kids that are like, no, it's fine, let's go on the train to it, let's do that?
We had some like,
Wow, what on top of these little monsters?
Well, there was no Twitter. Well, that was
I was horrified to do bad
like,
stuff.
but that looked like that makes sense. Like that story resonates because I was like, oh, those
Yeah.
are very simple times. That's what you
but
would do when you
I
had
saw
nothing to
that,
do.
and I had that at my disposal, so it intrigued me.
Right.
It intrigued me to be like, oh, I'm gonna go. I wonder what our tracks look like today, or whatever. And
Right.
I could go and find, a hill on the other side, and where it gets a little more dense in the woods, and I probably shouldn't.
So
have.
this needs
We
to
also lived in it. I realized across the street there's a quarry directly across the street from our house. I had train tracks behind me and a giant hole in the earth in front of me.
Jesus. Yeah, Do the Right Thing, The Fly, American
Fly.
Werewolf in London, Beetlejuice, Batman, of course. Batman with Michael Keaton, 1989. Yeah. Officer and a Gentleman.
But Titanic was in the 90s.
You're right. You think the 90s? Only thing I'm worried about the
90s is
90s is
strong,
the
man.
music. I think a
Well,
lot of
here's
people,
the
if you
thing.
compare
I
it to
think you'd
those
be
other three
surprised.
decades, 90s did have some moments, but I think if you compare it to the
I'm
other three decades, it
biased.
falls short.
I mean, that's my adolescence is the 90s. Of course, that music is going to mean more to me.
Right.
So I have to try and take a step back and analyze it differently. It can't necessarily just be a personal thing in that case, or else, there's your answer. That's not what we're trying to do here. though,
Right.
Right.
Trying to find who
So
has the
I
best
need to
combo.
step back from my own personal biases.
Right.
At least try to.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll be successful.
Will you be able to do this without an agenda?
I don't know about that. You're asking a lot right now.
I don't have one right now, but one can develop.
Develop over-
So I can say to you, probably not.
Well, let me help just in a little bit because we've got through all the decades. Let's touch on the 90s then. You're talking about Pulp Fiction, Goodfellas, Matrix, Jurassic Park, Terminator 2, Toy Story, Big Lebowski, Clueless, Seven,
Lion King.
King, Silence of the Lamb, Titanic, Forrest Gump, Fight Club, Schindler's List, Sixth Sense, Groundhog Day, of course, Shawshank Redemption, Home Alone.
Forrest Gump beat Shawshank Redemption, and I love Forrest Gump, and I think it's a really, really interesting film. That is one where you're like, man, we need to check the judges' scorecards again on that one. When you're talking, oh man, that movie didn't win an Oscar.
You're talking
Best
Reservoir Dogs, Fargo, Usual Suspects, Dumb and Dumber, Saving Private Ryan, Train Spotting, Heat, one of my favorite movies ever.
My dad loves Heat.
Heat is a brilliant film. American Beauty, Scream, Braveheart, Clerks, Pretty Woman, Boogie Nights.
Great movie.
Was Backdraft, that was the 90s, right?
Yes, Backdraft.
It's one of the two movies I've seen my dad cry in.
Okay, and 90s may have an argument, guys. So we have then.
You keep saying
I know, I
not all
keep
of
saying
them.
it each decade. They're right. I'm
See,
an
this
idiot.
is why I was telling you the other day.
This is good.
Why do you make declarations like you do?
Yeah,
all
I
the time?
probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't make declarations because I will change.
We'll never
my
see this
opinion.
again,
We'll never
except
see it.
when we
We'll
see it again.
And it happens at the end of the week.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. Like, think about whether it was the 60s and Hendrix touring and Free Love and drugs and all this stuff. And the Stones and Beatlemania, all this stuff. And then you're like, wow, this isn't going to ever be top. And then David Lee Roth kicks down a door and tours the living pants off of the whole world.
Yeah.
And Van Halen in their heyday. Are you kidding me?
And people say that all the time about like political culture in particular too.
like, no, I think it's
oh,
what
we've
happened
never
again.
seen anything like. Have you seen
have.
what's happened?
Right.
Hey, have you heard what popes used to do to people?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
No, we'll never see anything like that. No, we'll see it over and over again.
Like Nelly song.
Over and over again. We had a Blair Witch
Written by a
Project
guy
in
from
1999.
Florissant, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't realize that.
Guy from Hazelwood West, maybe?
That's where I would have went to high school.
Is it?
If actually I wouldn't have gone there because Grandma Evans wouldn't have allowed it.
Oh boy.
She would have sent me to DeSmet
Oh boy.
Well, there you
if
go.
we would have stayed living in North County instead of moving.
I remember suggesting like maybe I should go to the private high school 30 minutes away. Because I was like,
You
I don't
suggested
know.
it?
I was like, I don't know, it'd be pretty fun. It's 2A school. I'd probably score 30 points a game.
Oh boy. That what you were thinking about? What a freaking loser.
I was like doing the math. I'm like, man, we might win state. You know, if I'm on that team, they were all
Pad
right.
my stats.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know, this class 5 stuff. I don't know. I'm kind of a small post player. If I go down to class 2, just all I'd have to do is have my parents pay, private school funds and just drive 30 minutes to school every
I
morning.
can't even hate because I would think the same thing.
I'm literally
He's
looking
the
at. I'm like,
MVP
I'm
of
like,
the NBA D League.
Fair. I mean, that's.
well, that's
fair.
whatever you.
That used to, but the
That's
thing
what
is,
you
still-
met somebody at the rec center, and I love my buddy Tyler, but he's like, I was all state. And I was like, excuse me? And,
He was.
And I was like, he's good. But I'm like, you all state. Like all state in class 4. Like you're probably a Division I basketball player. And I was like, I don't know if you were. And he's like, oh, I mean, class 1A. And I was like, go
Yeah,
away.
you're 6'1",
Go away.
playing center.
Stop it. You're still doing set shots.
Yeah,
This is the thing. I mean,
you got one drop step that works on everyone.
TA, I ain't hating, dog. I think
I
it's
shouldn't
dope.
pick on him.
I think it's dope, TA. Look, I just want to let you know I ain't the one hating. I'll put that out there right now. I think you can ball. I know you can
Yeah,
ball.
he can
I know
shoot
you can
the
ball.
lights
I
out.
you can shoot. I know you can shoot your ass out the gym right now. Can you go a full 30 minutes
talking
with
high
Tyler?
school thing.
We're talking, but even then, Tyler was good in high
I can't
school.
go 30 minutes with anyone.
Man, I still think
I
if you
can't
make
talk to you for
make
30
all
minutes.
state, you're good. You're very good at basketball, no matter what.
There is a major difference.
Yeah,
I'm
there is
not
a
saying-
difference, but it doesn't mean you're not still
No,
very
it doesn't
good.
mean you're not good, but you're not. And maybe
I'm not
but
saying he
the
was
thing
Jimmy
is,
McKinney,
the
but he was good.
The day in and day out of playing people that are as fast, faster, bigger, stronger than you, that have to. The kids at the larger schools in the PE pickup games are playing against tougher competition than some of these 1A schools in varsity basketball games. Like, don't forget that. And this is a really weird topic that we meandered into.
Yeah, because you a hater.
No.
You couldn't help from hating. Hater. Music in the 90s.
Well, yeah.
You like it? You think it competes with the other decades?
It's got Oasis. What am I going to say?
Oh, good one.
That's the most important band of my adolescence to me.
The 90s gave you...
I watched an interview or listened to an interview from some years back of the Gallagher brothers the other day.
How about MTV in the 90s?
It was like 15 minutes long, and it was like at midnight this interviewer was conducting this.
Matt Penfield?
And these two, Liam and Noel, were going back and forth at each other, MFing each other. One of them's in the bathroom yelling at the other. They're just cursing at each other nonstop, calling each other dipshits. And I mean, it's just like, this is the group I love. This is the group I loved.
Yeah.
They're brothers. And they could not get along.
And now they don't speak, right?
Would
Would you say maybe?
I don't see much What'd you say?
Maybe.
I hate you both today.
So the 90s music, I mean, that's why I'm talking about my bias, is like, that's an important group to me. Rolling Stones are important to me, though, too.
Very true. We've given you a lot to work
So
with.
we tweeted it out. You all can check that out on Twitter.
Is it tweeted out now?
Yep,
Okay.
took care of that. You all can check that out again online. We've got Make It Racist. You want to do that next hour? We can do that a little more
That's fine.
extended.
Yeah.
Get some more folks. I know Dr. Ed might be coming a little late. I love when Dr. Ed's like, yeah, maybe late. I'm like, that means like on time for Dr. Ed.
He'll be here in 4 minutes.
He's the best. That's right. In the meantime, Travis, if I may, can I tell you about Getaway Golf Carts?
Getaway golf carts. When you want to get away.
You can call or text 314-650-2951 to set an appointment or email them at info@getawaycarts.com. This is a really unique relationship. We have a golf cart sponsor on We Are Live. They're part of the Carte Blanche movement, and you can check out their website, getawaycarts.com. Travis, I ask you, what makes GAC so unique?
Chris, what makes GAC so, what's the word? Unique.
Well, it's the one-on-one service you receive when you purchase or take your cart there for anything. The owners, Joe and Fred, pride themselves on representing their tagline of customize without limits by letting you pick out everything about your cart. When purchasing through Getaway Carts, you can pick your cart, color, seats, lift, wheels, and tires, lights, everything. With over 50 5-star reviews, you can count on GAC to build you the cart of your dreams. GAC offers service plans and commercial carts as well. Getaway Carts is also the newest and best dealer of the all-new Series EV and Star EV golf carts and LSVs. Again, call or text 314-650-2951. Check it out. They do fleets. You can do individual golf carts. Be sure to support Getaway Carts, another great small business right here in St. Louis, supporting We Are Live. Travis?
We are officially, boys and girls, 10 days away from Avengers Endgame, what some are considering one of the greatest cinematic events in the history of film. This is up there with Empire Strikes Back. This is up there with the end of the original Star Wars trilogy. This is epic. This is what people have been waiting for.
Is it?
Absolutely, because there was a tweet sent out.
3 a.m. showings in cities like not L.A. or New York. That's pretty insane.
We're talking about
in the
theaters across the country being sold out for a weekend after pre-sales.
They're going to have to do it in theaters. They're going to be like comics saying, yeah, I had to bump them up.
Fact of the matter is, word got out, or a leak got out of about 30 minutes of Avengers Endgame hit the internet.
The end of it?
No one's able to confirm what part of the film it is. And
It's the
of
Russians.
course, it probably is the Russians up here trying to steal the little joy that we have left in this country. But the Russo brothers, like they did for Infinity War, they released a letter about no spoilers. And I know we're coming up against it at 9 o'clock, but I wanted to get you guys' opinions on spoiler culture. I'll just read a few statements from the Russo brothers, who, of course, former directors on Arrested Development, now one of the most sought-after directors in the world.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy how the world works when it comes to this.
That's another thing. Go back and I know this. Everything goes back to The Office. Go back and watch The Office and pay attention who directed seasons 1, 2, 3. All those people are directing major motion pictures now. Very interesting.
This is it. This is the end of an unprecedented narrative mosaics spanning 11 years and 11 franchises. For all of you who have been on this journey with us since the very beginning, sharing every high and low with your family, your friends, your classmates, your coworkers, investing so deeply every character in storytelling, laughing, cheering, shedding tears, giving so freely of your thoughts and emotions in spirited dialogue, theories, fan art, and fan fiction, please know that the two of us, along with everyone involved in Endgame, have worked tirelessly for the last 3 years with the sole intention of delivering a surprising and emotionally powerful conclusion to the Infinity Saga. Please, because so many of you have invested your time, your hearts, and your souls into these stories, we're once again asking for your help. When you see Endgame in the coming weeks, please don't spoil it for others the same way you wouldn't want it spoiled for you. Remember, Thanos still demands your silence. As always, good luck and good viewing, Russo brothers. Don't spoil the Endgame. First of all, who was the jerk whoever released the leak of the movie? You're a jerk. You're mean, and that's not cool.
Look at you.
That is not nice. And, sir, if I could, I would write you up and
What
send
if
you
it
to
was a
the...
ma'am?
Oh, Maneuver, hello. Maneuver,
I hacked it.
Maneuver, how did you hack it?
You put me in that coding class and it worked.
That wasn't the point.
You said you wanted more people of
Maneuver.
color
That is also true. I
in
wanted...
tech.
I did want young girls to grow up in tech. I did not want you still to turn to the life of being a
You're
criminal.
too old to be caring about superheroes.
No, look, it's still fun. It's a great story, Maneuver. You would learn a
Why
lot
don't you be
about
your
it.
own superhero?
I am.
You're whack.
But I'm trying to inspire the youth. I'm trying to be a hero to my community, Maneuver.
bitch.
Wait, hold on. Why I gotta be all that now? You ain't gonna talk to me like that, Maneuver. You ain't gonna do this. Every time we are trying to follow a rundown, here you come out of the blue, and you up here just
Bet you cried whenever they went to dust.
I
seen you cry too many times.
I shed a couple tears, but that's beside the fact. It's okay,
They're not
Maneuver.
real, dummy.
But it's okay to have emotion.
You know what's real? Me and these streets.
Okay, Maneuver, I find that hard to believe. Can you just please go back to class so we
You
can
have any
finish our show? I don't. I do not. I think we have a dog in the lobby. You can go play with that.
All right, bye.
All right, thank you, Maneuver. I hate you both. Have you freaked out on spoiler culture though? Are we
It's one of
overreacting?
those things that.
Because you can't just stay off the internet.
Well, you could.
It's one thing.
I mean, you could just work and focus on things
right.
that you're supposed
You
to.
could do that.
Yeah.
But
I like how you didn't even make that a
Right.
possibility. Because you can't stay off the internet. Well, you could.
You could and you can
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
busy.
People
and you
do
have
it.
Things going on that matter
Because
to
then
you. And,
I know that they do it because they do it and then come back to the internet to brag about doing it.
This is
yeah,
also true.
yeah, exactly. I was offline for a month.
Well, well,
Congrats, your grandfather built railroads. Get out of my face.
I do kind of admire that. That's tough. I
Yeah.
get all itchy with that.
Do you?
I
If you're
tried it.
super busy, if we were out, none of us do if we were doing physical labor every day, you wouldn't think anything about it.
Yes.
You'd come home and you'd be
My
so tired.
occupation were
You would
different.
eat and go to bed.
Yeah.
If our occupations were different, we could probably do it.
Oh, yeah, well, we have to. 'Cause you have to be on the cutting edge of information.
Do we?
So we can wrongly share it with other people.
Let's try not doing that.
What do you think, Trav?
I don't know.
All right.
That's because you don't want to. That's why.
That's true. He's getting depressed thinking about a world where that might happen.
Spoilers don't bother me.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If you're just being a jerk about it, like that's stupid. Like putting out 30 minutes of a movie like that, like come on, it's kind of pointless. But the people that openly talk about stuff, like I mean, we were talking about Game of Thrones on here on Monday, and people are avoiding that. Technically, you can call us spoiling for that. If it goes too far and people want to get on and they want to share stuff online, that's part of the, I guess, culture of things. Like I think you need to calm down on that. If you haven't seen it, then yeah, take a break from your tweet, or if you see something and didn't take the time to mute certain words or whatever, that's on you.
Yeah.
Do you have in-game tickets for opening?
No, I do not.
Are you gonna go?
I'm gonna try to find one.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with mine.
Oh, did you buy some?
I got some from somebody.
Oh, so you
I'm
yeah.
can
thinking
sell
about
some.
maybe just going and then telling you the ending.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, That's evil.
That is very evil.
Is
would
there
that go
is there a
over?
secondary market for for opening night in-game tickets?
If you
Will there be a guy saying he needs tickets, drinking a tall boy?
that
hanging out?
isn't? I'm like, I don't choose violence. I wouldn't choose violence, but it would be an irrational reaction. So
Maybe get you go viral. That's your dream.
I
Put a camera in there.
I will not come in to, you know what? I will not come into work if Gardner sees this movie before I do.
Yeah, it's a real possibility he would truly do that
Yeah.
just to see
Because
you
when
burn.
Gardner has an agenda, he sticks to it.
Spite is fun.
Spite is, he enjoys that. So I would absolutely not come to work, and I would avoid Gardner until I see the movie.
Okay.
If
Because
saw
I
it
believe
before
Gardner.
you.
I don't know why he wouldn't just invite me to go to the movie with him. I don't know why that would
Well,
be.
maybe they're not my tickets.
Maybe you can just tell this person, like, hey, I'm taking my friend. I want to go see Endgame. You really want to go just to spite me? Unbelievable.
That's smart.
Unbelievable. That is not. That is so mean, man.
You-
After I just complimented you two at the top of the
I
show.
declined to comment on the grounds I may incriminate myself.
Oh, boy.
Wow. That's what went to that one.
I've said that before, obviously, haven't I?
You have. That'll do it for the first hour. We're going to come back on the other side. We'll play Make It Racist, so you can put those in the comments. We give Travis topics. He makes them racist, although he argues they're already racist, and he shines light on them. So that'll be a good time. We'll get to that. And then Dr. Ed from Hillside Animal Hospital will join us. Keep it here if you're on Facebook Live. If you're listening in the audio, be sure to tell someone about us. Subscribe, review, do the things that help us grow. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in for the first hour. We'll be right back with hour number 2.